You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Here we go. So again, their theories are lies. They will tell everyone that the person that they're victimizing is having issue because they committed a crime, and they're responding to the stress of the investigation. First off, I'll tell you that they psychologically operate a certain number of people that are victims of the deep state before they ever begin the investigation, so that they can create a reaction. And then that's an ongoing thing also. That's why they always revisit it, because like, well, got to check them out again, because they know over time people will heal of the damage from the psychological warfare operation, also known as psychological torture, also known as prisoner of war camp activity or prisoner of war camp psychological techniques, although in open community. And when I say that, I'm not solely saying what's legal for CIA to do. I'm also speaking of KGB, terrorists, etc. And what they want to put this back, well, we're the ones that fought the terrorists, and what he's talking about is torturing terrorists or people we think are terrorists. We're saving you. In reality, based upon the reality beyond what the 9/11 Commission said, which means the reality of it, they caused it, physically. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't need the defense that we need. But also, they're demons, devils, antichrists, witches, and sorcerers. Therefore, you need protection from the demons they bring to a community. When you have a secret society, it's doing the same thing. And it only exists because the CIA and the FBI and DHS and all the police departments that are part of this have a portion of their entities that have accepted the mark of the beast. Your secret society cannot, and sometimes it's called a chamber of commerce, sometimes it's called a church, sometimes it's called a professional organization, whatever it is, it is. But they can't do that unless the FBI and the CIA signed on. And of course they signed on and are the whores of Babylon and the whore of Babylon, along with the rest of them. Because it's impossible. That's why, if President Trump hadn't won by so much, he could have lost. Because the election's not going to be honest. You know that, right? You know they're going to steal votes. What they're going to try to do is pad the vote with illegal immigrants and, false voting and stuffing the ballot box. And when they work there as poll workers, they take those names and they vote for them and things such as that. They're going to try to pad the popular vote. Oh, he lost the popular vote. I sat back and realized that President Trump didn't lose the popular vote, because all those states that the popular vote came from had criminal votes involved. They weren't legal votes. So again, President Trump needs to win by an astronomical amount. And of course, the polls will say that I imagine at some point would say that he will. Although I do find people, because I'm not, I'm living in places where liberals generally reside. However, I found a lot of President Trump support, but I have found some people that still believe the lies and believe he's trying to do something wrong. I told him, look, it's not about politics to begin with. I explained the deep state, but I said, look, He's not perfect. He does things wrong. He's going to do things wrong because he's got a government of people around him that really can't advise him worth a darn because they want to advise him into corruption. Barr's useless, face it. Anybody can walk into that position and take the president's plans for immigration and everything else and work it and be successful. Again, the idea that Nazi Germany and communists fought crime. But yet they had this cult mentality, this psychosis, this brainwashing, that because they fought crime, that everything else they did was okay also, and they could just say you're a criminal and then, bam, it's true then. And also, of course, the KGB psychologically operated people, the same way that the CIA is doing today, and the FBI, the DHS, and everybody that is part of that deep state. Don't think that because ICE exists within DHS that we all have to salute everybody in DHS. There's also the fact that I believe certain members within DHS, which they will not investigate, actually were taking kickbacks to allow human trafficking. That's why these people fight it so hard and point to innocent people and say they're doing it, just to keep that off of them, because they've done it. Well, praise God in all that you do. Praise God.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry, residing.
You can run, but you can't hide.